Some people call me crazy, say it's time to let it go. But I didn't choose this path, it chose me. That's all I know. And it's shot me to the heavens, and it's dropped me back to earth. Some days I can't decide if it's a blessing or a curse. It's what I do, it's who I am. It's in my heart, out of my hands. It's my passion, it's my truth. I've got no choice, it's what I do.
Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Scott Thorson. I'm the Director of Fine Arts and Academic Events for the Ysleta School District. And it is my pleasure and honor always to bring forth musicians, artists, guest artists to expose our students to. And I know that we're rapidly coming to the end of the school year. You've done a lot of great things on your campus. You've had some really big tests you've had to take, and it's been a very, let's say, a little stressful year maybe for you, but also a very rewarding year. And so one of the ways we wanted to help you in the year and start our way towards our summer break is to bring forth a great band for you to experience. This is in collaboration with the El Paso Museum and Cultural Arts department, and they go ahead and they pay for these groups to come out and perform for the students. And they have a special message that I also want to share with you all. And the best person to do that would be the gentleman that works with the group, with the city and with the band, and his name is Mr. Rick Kern. So if you can please give it up for Mr. Rick Kern.
Hi, boys and girls. I first want to thank the Museum and Cultural Affairs Department of the City of El Paso, as Mr. Thorson just did. They make this happen for us, and we're very appreciative of that. I also want to thank Principal Sylvia Rendon for letting us use her beautiful theater here tonight. I'm an Ysleta Indian. I graduated from here a few years ago, and it's so great to be back at my high school. Once an Indian, always an Indian. I want to tell you a little story real quick. 57 years ago, I was sitting out in the audience, just like you guys, waiting to hear a band. I had no expectations of that band. I had no idea what they were going to be like. All I knew was that I was very excited to be there. So, two things happened that day. This was at Marion Manor School, where I went to grade school, and it was really, really a neat school. I know they're sitting right over here. And that day, there was a band, and all I know is that after they played, there were two things that happened to me that day. I knew I wanted to be a drummer, and I wanted to be a singer. So I joined the choir, and it was about a month later, it was Christmas time, and my parents brought out a present, and they sat in front of me. I opened it up, and it was a snare drum. And I thought, all right, my drum got here. I'm going to be a drummer, it looks like. So about a month later was my birthday, and they bought me a bass drum, a hi-hat, and a cymbal. I thought, man, I'm starting to really look like a drummer now. So I put all of my work money together that my parents were paying me to mow the lawn and doing my chores around the house. And I bought the rest of my kit and started playing with some of the kids in the neighborhood, the guitar player. There was a guy that played guitar and a bass player, and a real good singer that lived a few blocks down. And we put our little band together, and we started playing for parties. Our friends' parties wanted us, they wanted us to come over and play at their houses and do some parties, and so we did that. So a few years later, that's still going on, and I come to Ysleta High School, and I joined the choir. And our band was getting pretty good. And I don't know if they still do this, but after the football games, they used to have little after game dances in the cafeteria. I don't know if they still do that or not, but they liked our little band, and so they had us play there several times through those 4 years that I was here at Ysleta. So that was kind of cool. So I decided after I graduated, I'm going to go to UTEP. And while I'm at UTEP, my band, I joined a new band, and we were playing like 6 nights a week at 2 different nightclubs here in El Paso while I was going to school there. And what was kind of cool too is, guess what? I joined the choir. Joined the choir there also. So after about 4 years of being at UTEP, I graduated. And I told my wife, I said, why don't we take this band on the road? Let's go to California. Let's go to LA where all the bands like to go and try to hit the big time. So we put everything in storage that my wife and I own. Storage is another word for we're going to leave our stuff here and pay somebody to take care of it till we come back to El Paso. Okay? So that's what we did. We go to LA with my band. We added a girl to the group. We rehearsed. We played real hard. We rehearsed real hard, played real hard. Started playing some pretty nice little clubs out there. Things started happening. Our agent really liked us. And our agent got to the point where she says, I think you need to meet a Hollywood agent that I want you to all to, get to know. So they came and saw our group. They really liked us. And he started booking us in a hotel up in what they call Lake Tahoe. It's kind of like a Las Vegas, only it's up in the pine forest. And so they booked us there at the Sahara Hotel, where big names come and play, like Diana Ross, Isaac Hayes. You probably don't know who that is. The Fifth Dimension, but you'll know who this is, Elvis Presley. And here's another one, Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5. So, I'm going to stop there, boys and girls, and I'm going to come all the way back to 57 years ago when I was that student sitting out there in the audience, and I didn't really know what was going to go on at that show that night. But you know what? I was so excited about what ended up happening, and the main purpose that we're doing this show tonight is I want you all to understand that music can be such an important part of your lives while you're going to school. It'll help you with your brain. It'll help you make test scores better. It'll help you with being around other kids and working as a team. It'll help you with your self-esteem and your motivation. It'll help you tremendously. So, I want you all to be like that kid 57 years ago and get music inspiration in your heart today. We love doing this. We love you guys. And I want you to think about this. Take a big, deep breath, close your eyes, and think and wish, and think and wish, and you might get a snare drum. Boys and girls, enjoy the show today. We love you guys. This is PT and the Cruisers coming back to school.
Look at all those smiles.
I can't see them. Who's the loudest school here?
You got a smile so bright. You know you could have been a candle. I'm holding you so tight. You know you could have been a handle. The way you brew. Baby smells so sweet. You know you could have been some perfume. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the things you do, the way you do the things you do, the way you do the things you do, the way you do the things you do. Oh, pretty as you are, you know you could have been a flower. Your good looks could cause a minute. Well, baby, you'd have been an hour. The way you stole my heart, you know you could have been a cool throat. And maybe you're so smart, you know you should have been a schoolboy. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the things you do, the way you do the things you do, the way you do the things you do, the way you do the things you do. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the things you do, the way you do the things you do, the way you do the things you do, the way you do the things you do. Oh, baby, you're so rich. You know you could have been some money. And baby, you're so sweet. You know you could have been some honey. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the things you do, 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 the way you do the things you do. Well, thank you.
Okay, you all want to meet these guys? No. I'm going to start with one of my favorite ones, okay? It's my drumming buddy back here. He is semi-retired. He's a wine specialist. He's the guy that used to go around town and call on the restaurants and help them get their wine and stuff for their business, okay? He now works at Whole Foods, and he's the guy that sings all the high parts, okay, in the band. And my dear friend, good buddy, and your buddy, Andre Bonaguidi. Okay, up here on the left, he plays guitar and banjo. He is what they call a medical physicist. You know what that means, boys and girls?
Probably didn't go to this level.
It means money, okay? Lots of money. He's a guy that works on people that have problems in their brain with cancer and stuff like that. He's the guy that helps them get better, okay? So we need people like him.
Thank you.
He is also the owner. It's on, 1 year now that he started El Paso's premier recording studio. It's called Star City Studios. Boys and girls, meet Buddy Winston. Now, the leader of the group, my favorite person out of the whole group, she's got the most beautiful voice. She has been singing all of her life. She's a graduate of Ysleta High School. She's the executive producer or executive director of the Rio Grande Cancer Foundation in El Paso. They do a lot of good work with people that have cancer. Her name is Patty Tiscareño Bonaguidi, and yes, she's married to the drummer. All right, Doug, we got the bass player over here. He is the granddaddy of the group, okay? That means he is the oldest one here. And but he's
Go to your room, buddy.
and old Doug, Old Doug has played with a lot of great bands in El Paso, and I got to tell you this: out of all the members here, he is the one that has mastered country western music. He's played with Willie Nelson. He's played with Emmylou Harris, Michael Martin Murphey, a lot of big names out there. He writes great songs. He's a great singer. Boys and girls, meet Doug Neal. Well, you win, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to go from the oldest to the youngest, okay? One of the finest guitar players in the world, a great singer. He is what they call a financial analyst for a company called Cardinal Health, a national company. He is, he's just absolutely one of the best. He's been playing all of his life. All of these guys up here have been playing over 50 years, okay? So that's how dedicated they are to their music and the passion that they have. So anyway, boys and girls, meet Gary Hollis. And I'll get back to the other guy here in just a few minutes, okay? I got something special to say about him. He's going to talk to y'all. Thank you.
Have you all ever heard of the Beatles? Remember that band? There you go. This is a song by the Beatles. It goes like, 1, 2, 3, 4! We're going to talk to you a little bit about these instruments that we all play.
We are.
Okay, everybody, out there in audience land, my name is Andre. I'm the drummer for this group, PT&theCruisers. And we really aren't just a rock and roll band. We're not really just a jazz band. We're not really just a country band. We play a lot of different styles of music. So, being a drummer, I have to play a lot of different types of drum patterns to keep up with this band. So they might come to me and say, you know, Andre, we want to play a slow blues song. So, can you do that? And I go, yeah. Well, I'm searching for my baby. I believe I'm gonna cry. Yeah. Or they might come to me and say, Andre,
We do
we
comedy
want to
too.
play a song that has a shuffle beat in it. Can you do that? And I go, yeah. Well, I sent you for my baby. I think I'm gonna cry, yeah. Or they might come to me and say, Andre, we want to do a waltz. Can you do a waltz beat? And I go, yeah. They might come to me and say, Andre, we want to play a country tune. Can you play a country beat, please? And I go, yeah. I'm searching for my baby, so take her to the dance floor and we do a two-step. Okay. And they may come to me sometime and say, Andre, we want to play a bluegrass tune. Can you do a bluegrass beat? And I say, yeah. Well, when I found a baby, she had a big farm. Don't know what she did, but she has a big side. There you got it. Or they might come to me and say, Andre, we want to play a disco song. Can you do a disco beat? And
He said,
I go, yeah.
Everybody say, yeah.
Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Or they might come to me and say, Andre, we want to rock. Can you rock? And I said, yeah. Searching for a baby, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't go back to school 'cause I'm not the back of ruin. And that's why. And that's why the drums and the drummer are the most important part of the band.
No. No. No.
Well, why not?
Because I play the bass guitar. Who can spell bass?
That's a technical beat, by the way.
We have differing opinions apparently. You know, they spell the bass like a bass guitar or a bass fiddle in the orchestra. They spell it B-A-S-S. But that spells bass. So I play the fish. Actually, when I'm teaching people about bass, I tell them that we spell the bass B-A-S-E. Is that wrong? You know why I say that? Because the bass guitar is the bass of the entire band. If you have no bass, look, if you had a building without a bass on it, it would fall over. If you have a band without a bass, they fall over. They're at the bottom. The bass is the guy, the person that makes the groove, and the bass is the soul of the band. The soul. The drums are the heartbeat. The bass is the soul. You got it? So what we have to do, not yet, what we have to do is we have to coordinate between bass and drums, and we're called the rhythm section. So when Andre plays a shuffle, I have to play. When Andre plays a waltz, I go. You can't clap to that, can you? And then sometimes when we're doing country music, they gotta. We call that walk in the bass, walk in the bass. And sometimes we just play slow stuff like a ballad. Sometimes we play rock and roll. Does anybody like rock and roll? And sometimes we've got to play something like a little Latin stuff, and we're going to play that for you later, okay? So I've got to create a different groove. I can play the same note and do a whole bunch of different things on the bass, but you have to remember that the bass is the bottom of the band. It's the B-A-S-E. The bass is the soul of the band, and that's why the bass is the most important. I got to do one more thing. You guys know this? Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. You know why we do that? Because the bass player can always get a job. Always get a job. So that's why the bass is the most important instrument in the band. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, now Gary and I are guitar players, and I don't think we really believe those guys, do we, Gary?
No, I don't think
So
so.
we're going to show you why. Now, what happens if you don't have an Andre or a Doug over at your house to play? You got to have a band in your hand, okay? You got to have a bass player, rhythm players, and a lead player. There's my Doug. Not quite as interesting as Doug. And then if you need a rhythm player, you get one right here. Oh, you gotta have a lead guitar player too. Here comes the lead player. That's why guitar players really are the most important people in the band. And Gary's going to show you why, because he plays a little different guitar.
Yeah, this is a little bit different. This one's an electric guitar. And what Buddy's playing over there is an acoustic guitar. This one, however, sounds like a lot of different instruments. It can sound like an acoustic guitar, like Buddy's got there, like this. Or it can sound like a piano. It can also sound like a vibraphone.
Wow.
What else could it do?
Or maybe an organ.
No weddings here today.
It can also sound like an orchestra. But it can also sound like a regular electric guitar, and electric guitars can sound like lots of things. A lot of times they're real twangy, like in country music. Or they can sound real jazzy and kind of mellow like this. Or maybe they can sound a little bit funky. And we can do a couple other little things right here. This little metal thing is called a slide. You hear this a lot in country music. It sounds a little bit like this. And you also hear that a lot, thank you. You also hear that a lot in the blues music, something like this. Or, a lot of times you can just kind of rock out, like this. That's why the electric guitar is the coolest instrument and the most important instrument in the band, right? All right, that's about it. I don't think we have anything else to talk about. I think we're pretty much done, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, look at all the stuff on the stage. How many of you can take your instrument in the shower with you?
I take the boat. I do that.
My instrument is right here, and it's the vocal. And I'm going to show you why the vocalist doesn't really need a band. We can do things what we call a cappella, right? Let me show you what I mean. Ducky, would you help me out?
By the rivers of Babylon, where he sat down, and there he wept, for he remembered Zion.
For the wicked
Carry us away, captivity required from us a song. How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land?
So let the words of our mouth and the meditations of our heart be acceptable in thy sight, over And that's why the The vocalist and the chick singer are the most important instrument in the band.
Now we're going to put all this together for you here. We're going to combine all of these guys and gals
As I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love, a love that was so strong. As I think about all the times that we had together, while our hearts were I'm walking in the rain, crying tears and feeling pain, wishing you were here by me, to end this misery. Help me up here. Was she ran away, and I wonder if she will stay. I will run away, run away. I'm walking in the rain, crying tears and feeling pain, wishing you were here by me, to end this misery. And I wonder, was she ran away, and I wonder if she will stay. I will run away, run away, run away. Thank you very much. And I want to thank all those dancers. Did you notice that the first dancer out on the floor was a dude? And I'm going to tell you what, little dudes, if you know how to dance, you got no problems with the ladies. Ladies love men who dance. Right, guys?
We're in the band, we don't know.
That's true.
If you play in a band, though, you'll never learn how to dance, is the problem, right?
That's true. We're going to feature a little bit with Buddy and Gary now on a cool song for you.
I'm going to show you a little bit about how these two guitars work together. When you're playing with two guitars in a band, a lot of times one guy is playing rhythm, which is really the chords rhythmically to some sort of rhythmic thing. The other guitar player might be playing a melody, something like this. So Buddy and I are going to put that together so you can see how two guitar players play together like that. Go ahead, Buddy. how that fits together right there. So we're going to do something a little bit different, have the whole band join in, starting off with the drummer, and we'll go from there. Give us
Well,
just a second.
hang on just a second there, Gary, because you know what? You people have been kind of sitting down this whole time. Can we bring lights up just a little bit so we can see you? Is that possible? Scott, or? Yeah, thank you, here we go. What I'd like you to do is you picked out who you like the best, you know? Those of you who really, really like what the drummer was doing, give him a hand. Drum people. Okay. Are there any bass people out there? Okay. How about guitars? All right, so at your places, I want you to stand up, pick up your air instrument, whether it's your drumsticks, your guitar, your bass, and we are going to ask you to rock out with us on a song that really rocks the band. I'm going to come out there and dance with you too, okay? Are you ready? Kick us off, Andre.
Hey, who's here from Lancaster School? Who's here from Lancaster School? Now, I told you earlier we're going to see what the school was. Who's here from Lancaster School? Nobody?
Wait a minute, bro.
Wait a minute.
I want to know what school was it that I got the teacher out there, that wonderful, what teacher school was that? Can you say it so I can understand it? Eastwood Knowles? Well, you have a wonderful teacher, but he's not a very good answer. He tries, we love it. What other schools you got, buddy?
Who's here from Pressa School? Who's here from Pressa? Where's Loma Terrace School? Loma Terrace. Where is East Point School? East Point. Yeah! Thomas Manor. Where's Thomas Manor? Anybody here from Vista Hills?
Okay, I think we're here.
How about Edgemere? Is Edgemere here today? No, they didn't make it in. Eastwood? No. Where are you?
Awesome.
Marion Manor. Tiara Lanzon. Now all that, we're going to do something real quiet for you.
I hope all of you wonderful screamers are in the choir, because you're really good. We're going to do this song for your teachers. Do you appreciate them?
Let's hear it for the teacher.
A pretty song for you teachers, because you just do it all.
In my arms and I want you. I know your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. Dream, dream, dream when I
Okay, well thank you. That's a song by the Everly Brothers. Came out a really, really long time ago.
There's 3 songs.
You know, a good band. How many of you play in a band? How many of you are in band? All right, now I'm going to ask this question. All right, bring it down a little bit so I can ask you a question. How many of your bands have a banjo? What kind of band has a banjo? Well, we think a good band is a banjo. We're going to feature Buddy Winston, our medical physicist, on the banjo tune.
Did you know that the banjo was invented in the country of Africa? Nobody knows that, but the banjo came from the country of Africa.
Really?
That's correct.
That's correct.
That's all I wanted to say.
And Doug and I brought it over about 200 years ago.
That's
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Well, I did. I'm not granddad. I'm gonna get to that.
Okay, Bud, let's banjo.
You all ready?
I think so.
Late evening about sundown, high on the hill and above the town. The fiddle play the fiddle, Lord, how it rings. You hear it talk, you hear it sing.
Come far away, and dance all night to the break of day. Our elbows, you know, we put the time on him to go.
Late evening about sundown, high on the hill and above the town. The fiddle play the fiddle, Lord, how it rings. You hear it talk, you hear it sing.
Soldiers draw, they don't keep off the toe. It is where the fiddle begins. Well, it is
About sundown, high on the hill and above the town. The fiddle play the fiddle, Lord, how it rings. You hear it talk, you hear it sing.
Okay, boys and girls, you need to be quieter a little bit, come down a little bit. I want to introduce somebody now that we haven't introduced yet. Remember earlier when I talked about Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5? Well, here's a guy that before Michael unfortunately passed away, this gentleman that I'm going to introduce to you right now, of all the drummers and percussionists in the world, Michael Jackson asked this guy to play in his band. His name is Eric Bozeman. He's played with Stevie Wonder, a lot of famous jazz players that you've never heard of before because you're too young. But let me introduce to you right now, Eric Bozeman. He's going to talk to you all a little bit. He's going to demonstrate some percussion songs to you, and then he's going to talk to you, okay?
Thank you guys. Thanks tons for letting me come this morning. I gotta thank these guys. This is a fantastic band, right? These guys are amazing. Yeah, give it up for them. It's pretty hard. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. The most fun I've had was watching you guys move and groove out here. It was very nice. And fellas, lots of props to the fellas. Lots of guys coming out here and dancing, showing your thing. Most of us a little older, or don't have the same moves I used to, but I still got a couple moves left in me. Oh yeah, I still got a little bit left. I play percussion, and I play drums, and like Rick was saying, I've had the opportunity to travel all over the world, meet all kinds of amazing people, and see all kinds of incredible things. And it was due to my love and passion for music. I was about your guys' grade when I first started playing drums. It was your guys' grade when I first started playing in band. And for me, music became like a refuge for me. It was not just something I loved doing, but it also became this really cool, safe place. It was a place where I got to meet amazing people. It was a place where I got to kind of find my place in the world. The thing I just played on, these are really just boxes, right? We're setting some up because we're gonna have some of you guys come and join us. And yeah, we're gonna find out if you got some groove in your hands too. So they're just a box, and it's called a cajon. And actually I've got a good friend here, Jacob, who's a part of the company called Monk Drums that makes these drums. But what's so cool about them, it just looks like an ordinary box. But the moment that you begin to take that ordinary box and see it as something different, you strike it and play it in different places, it makes different sounds, and it's full of all these different kinds of things. What I love about that is it's like people, it's like us. You're sitting next to somebody who might just seem like an ordinary person, but inside it's deep, they're full of all kinds of stuff. What was so cool for me about music was that it helped me discover some of those things. Playing this drum, one sound. Another sound. Another. All those different sounds out of this one thing. Remember everyone was talking about their instrument's the most important instrument in the band? Well, I don't know if I think percussion's the most important. It's the most fun. It's the most fun to play. But, I think maybe there is no most important one. Something amazing happens when you take this one instrument and you add it to that instrument, and you add it with this instrument and that instrument, and all of these things, something incredible comes out. It's almost like magic. Music is like a time machine almost. Some of the teachers will relate, because some of these songs were happening when they were little, or even before some of them were born, but the moment you heard the song, it took you back in time. I can remember when they started playing one of the tunes, I was like in 6th grade. I had shoes that were like this high, polyester pants, puka shells. I thought I was like all that. The moment they started playing that song, it took me there. They played another tune, it took me to the summer of 8th grade. It's incredible because music is like a time machine. It can take you all these different places, the emotions, the places that you can feel, because that was like the soundtrack to your life. We feel really fortunate to get to come and hang out with you guys and play, but want to encourage you, find your place, find what instrument you can play, find what kind of thing you can do that fits with everybody. I think these are our extra percussionists. They're coming to find their place right now. This one instrument, all by itself, is pretty cool, but when you start to add everybody else to it, it becomes something amazing. Rick, they can come on, they can start coming up. Jacob, do you want to come and give them a hand and bring those? I'm going to give it back over to Rick and...
I got percussion here, Rick. We got a groove going. We got everybody fired up, ready to go. Give somebody this one. Okay, you got that beat from the bass and the drums? How do they look, boys and girls? How do these guys look? We're gonna hire them to go on the road.
Arriba, arriba, por ti se ve, por ti Well, shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on, come on and work it on out. Work it on out. You look so good. You know you twist so fine. You look so fine. Come on and tell me you love me. Tell me you love me. Tell me that you're mine.
Everybody, put your hands up in the air, go.
Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby now.
Come on, baby.
Come on and work it on out.
Work it on out.
You know you look so good.
Look so good.
You know you twist so fine.
Look so fine.
Come on and tell me you love me, baby.
Show me you love me.
Show me that you're mine.
Show me you love
Last
me.
time.
Everybody go. Let me hear you. A little louder. A little louder. A little louder.
Thank you all so much for coming today. You've been listening to PT and the Cruisers, and we are so happy to be here. Thank you. Have a wonderful summer. Read.
It's what I do, it's who I am, it's in my heart, out of my hands. It's my passion, it's my truth, I've got no choice. It's what I do, it's who I am,